The Pasadena Business Journal is brought to you by these generous sponsors: Clear Lake Volkswagen, Texas Citizens Bank, and Remax First Source. Please visit these fine businesses for helping bring you great programming.
Here we go now, here we go now, here we go now, here we go now.
Hi, I'm Michael Garfield, and welcome to another edition of the Pasadena Business Journal. And we've got a great show for you today, starting with a Cajun restaurant. You know what? I can already smell the gumbo cooking right now. Plus, we're going to take you to a dentist office who is making so many inroads and doing great things across this community, along with Southeast Texas. And we're going to tell you who the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce Industry of the Year is, so you don't want to miss that. The Pasadena Business Journal starts right now. You know, going to the dentist can be easy as A, B, C. No, I'm serious. Don't be afraid. Well, especially if you go to ABC Dental, one of the many locations, but the headquarters right here in Pasadena. Now, this gentleman, he's not a dentist, but he does play one on TV specifically right now for the Pasadena Business Journal. This is AJ Jabori. He's actually the COO. First of all, congratulations. What a phenomenal facility you have here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You have several locations around the city, but right here, this is the HQ. Why did you decide to put everything smack dab here, the entire central, everything that you got going here in Pasadena?
Pasadena just became home for us. They welcomed us with open arms. It's a very tight community. We see that everyone shows a lot of support for the community, and they welcomed us again with open arms, and it just became home for us.
Well, I'm definitely going to talk about community because I have never seen, I think, an organization does more for the community than you do. But I want to talk about the facility as I'm walking around here. This is not just one building in Pasadena. You've got two buildings side by side. What's the difference between the two of them?
Well, we have one building specifically for children. We wanted to separate the children and the adult experience. So in the children's building, we focus more on, for the children, the cartoons, the movies, the games, and all of these things. And then for the adults, it's more of a relaxed experience.
Yeah. Well, if you couldn't figure out, we're actually sitting in the children's room right now. As you can notice, things from Frozen. And even if you look up above every single one of these chairs, it's a great entertaining experience to really calm everybody down, especially those kids. They have TVs on the ceilings, and so they can sit back. I obviously experiencing, especially for young kids, because going to a dentist can be intimidating. What other little things did you make to make sure that people are comfortable in your office?
That's our biggest goal, is when patients come into the office that they're at ease. Again, many people have that fear of the dentist, the phobia, and we want to make them as comfortable as possible. So we have the TVs on the ceiling so they can try to relax, watch cartoons or whatever the case may be. The Netflix, they can listen to music. Again, just so that they can take their mind off what's going on and just be relaxed.
Yeah, I have to say, I don't know how they can't be relaxed. First of all, your staff, one of the nicest staff. I mean, everybody from the front desk all the way back here. And so it's a very, very inviting and comforting feeling. I do want to concentrate on the community. If you're living in the Southeast Texas right now, certainly the Houston, Pasadena area, you've heard about so many things that ABC Dental does. Community, based without a doubt, starting with education. You do a lot of stuff with schools to make sure kids, sometimes underprivileged, who can't even afford to go to the dentist, they understand the number one thing about oral hygiene.
Absolutely. The Surgeon General's report of 2008 showed that there were over 51 million school hours lost because children were having to step out of school and go to the doctor or the dentist's office to, have things taken care of. And that's one of our main focuses, is to educate the community, the children, on the importance of oral hygiene. Again, education's everything, so that's what we try to focus on here at ABC.
A few other events around the year. Obviously, I think it's you make it a purpose. The 5 locations, every single one has a community event. You do a lot of stuff in the Christmas time too, with a lot of donations.
Absolutely. The Christmas time, it's a joyous time of year, and there are many families that are in need and they don't have access to certain services, or even sometimes children don't have, for that particular Christmas, they won't have a present. So, we try to do everything in our power and with the community. Again, everything's about the community. We all come together so that we can provide for the families, even if it's a big event. Again, the toy drives, we do school supplies. We always try to focus on, giving back. That's our philosophy.
It's not only with those kids too. I know you do a lot of stuff, with obviously the people, the community, the municipalities, maybe the police officers in everything that circles around that, because I think you do realize they are the ones who are actually so important, who then again obviously trickles down to the kids and the family.
Absolutely. Again, it's a community effort. We couldn't be able to do anything alone. So again, it's the entire city of Pasadena that comes together, and we're able to accomplish many great things.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is so inviting. You and your staff, you can't feel the love and how easy it is to go to the dentist. Look, clean teeth. Not from this guy. He's not the dentist. He's just the CEO. AJ, congrats on your success. It is ABC Dental all around the Houston, Pasadena area, but the headquarters right here in Pasadena.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
The Pasadena Chamber of Commerce recently held a luncheon featuring guest speaker Houston Astros President Reed Ryan. Here at the luncheon, they honored and awarded the Industry of the Year to BASF.
BASF has been selected as the Pasadena Chamber of Commerce Industry of the Year for 2018. BASF has exemplified generosity through their involvement in charitable organizations, community projects, and provided a positive impact within the Pasadena business community. The plant where BASF is located started production in 1983, but BASF took over the plant in 2004. They make alcohol and plasticizers that give plastic its characteristics in such products as water bottles, wires, and hoses. BASF has 120 people working at the site, 50 of those contractors. They operate 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Most employees are lab techs, maintenance techs, and operators.
Yeah, so BASF is really is a chemical company first. We create chemistry. We've been doing that for over 150 years now. And in terms of creating that chemistry, it's important for us to really build bridges with our community, our employees, and our customers. In terms of working with the community, it's important to us that we get out, we work with our community members, we understand what their needs are, making sure that they understand that we operate safely and maintain our permit and license to operate.
Just a few of the projects BASF is involved with are the Kids Lab at McAllister's Elementary School, showing them the values of chemistry.
They care. They really care about the community. They really care about the schools. They realize that the children that in our community are our future. And so they want to sow that seed. They want to make that lasting impression upon our youth. And they care about how our children learn about their needs beyond the classroom and what they can do to help them know, oh, what's out there in the world. Oh, this is what you do in science. The last project that they did was on chromatography and forensics. So think about all those little kids who maybe think, oh, one day I could be a police officer, I could investigate, or I could be working in a science lab and figuring out how to solve crimes. And so it just piques that curiosity. It piques that little person that we don't know yet that might be that scientist one day that helps discover or solve problems that help all of us.
BASF provided $1 million of equipment to San Jacinto College.
We took a lot of equipment like instrumentation and valves and transmitters and things like that, and wanted the students to have some real life lab type of experience, so they could put their hands on it, they could hook up to it, they could see how it works and how it responds in certain situations. So there was a lot of equipment that as we were retooling our plant, that we had an opportunity to retool that and give that to the students.
In addition to the equipment, BASF assists with plant tours and safety training at the schools.
It's very exciting. You know, in the beginning, it was very challenging. I was nervous, but you go in there and you see all it's like you're looking into the future. It's really kind of rewarding, and that makes it so much easier when you're standing there seeing that you're being a part of the future of this industry.
BASF has started a new initiative with schools in the area to educate and encourage women to get into the industry.
I think it's great. I think, you know, we definitely do have an issue in this industry with a lack of females. And, you know, with that comes untapped potential and diversity and perspective that could add a lot to our industry. And so just being able to kind of go out and build that and bring more to BASF, I think is an asset, not only to me, but to the students and as well just the company as a whole.
BASF has provided an opportunity for me and other members of Women in Manufacturing to see the inside of a plant, which is an opportunity that most of them do not get prior to taking a role in a new career.
The quality of work that they do is inspiring to me because it makes me want to work hard. So I feel like a little piece of BASF is always going to be with me, whether I'm with the company or not.
The Pasadena Chamber of Commerce is happy to welcome BASF as our 2018 Industry of the Year.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Find support for your strength. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
As we continue our journey across this great city and community of Pasadena, one of my favorite stops is also make sure that I'm really filled my gut right over here is this location. And it is, of course, it is Crater's Cajun Cookin'. I'm here with the owner, the entrepreneur, the family man who runs it all. It is Barry Crater. Congrats on your success, my man. How fun is this? What a great place.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's fun. It's a fun job.
It is a fun job. And number one, you did a great job naming it Cajun because, as you can see, this is like LSU heaven right over here, and I could smell the crawfish boiling. Let's start with this. Talk about location. Where exactly are we within the community?
Okay. Right now, we're at 6915 Spencer Highway in Pasadena. But as you know, we're right on the border, right on the line of Deer Park and Pasadena.
How close to the line of Deer Park?
Real close. Yeah, you can show them. We're real close.
Let's take a look over here because right through the middle of the restaurant, there is a yellow line. On the far side is Deer Park. On this side, welcome to the great city of Pasadena. I don't know, do you have to pay like 2 types of taxes or something?
Well, there is. Yes, there is. But it's fun. We've actually had Deer Park come in here, and so we get a lot of people from the surrounding area. It's awesome.
The first thing I walk in, obviously, it really does feel like I'm in Louisiana. You can hear the Zydeco music, and you can just see, everything on the walls over here. But, obviously the big thing is that food, and this is why people keep coming back. And right now, you've been open for lunchtime, but breaking news, I think dinner's coming soon.
That's right. Right now, we started our Thursday and Friday nights. We close at 2. Reopen at 5 and 5 to 8, boiling crawfish, and have some of the things on the menu. But you're right, coming soon is going to be a big full menu for dinner.
Gotcha. So at least Thursday and Friday dinners are coming up, and obviously it's just a lunchtime staple, and it really does get packed over here. I'm going up and down the line, the food line. It looks so good. Give me 1 or 2 of your specialties people keep coming back for.
Man, we sell a lot of crawfish etouffee. We sell out of etouffee almost every day. Our pistolets, our boudin balls, the boudin egg rolls. It just everything. It's just everything. But the etouffee and when I make chicken and sausage gumbo, our gumbo. So that's a big deal for us.
Well, tell me about the roots. Where the recipes come from? Were you born and bred in Cajun country? You brought it over here? I mean, how about these recipes?
I was born in Louisiana. My mama's still over there. I have brother and sister still over there. And just basically watching my daddy, my mama, my grandma cook, and I just took it and did my own thing with it. I'm by no means a chef, but I just did my own thing, put my own spell on the cooking, and just knew what Cajun food was supposed to be like.
Well, you know what you're doing, obviously, for all the great smells, the food, and the crowd coming over here. You talk, Barry. You talk about your mama, your daddy, and your grandmama. This is a family affair right here.
It is. It's my wife, myself, my son, and my daughter. And we all try to be here every day. My daughter, she's doing her thing with school, and she's working at another job also, but she helps us a lot here at the restaurant.
Yeah, I definitely understand the Louisiana roots, but tell me why in Pasadena? Yeah, listen, this is the city of Houston, greater Houston area, southeast Texas. You could put a restaurant anywhere. Why Pasadena? Why not Woodlands? Why not Sugar Land? Why right here?
Yeah, that's a good question. Actually, before we opened, and we've been in business going on almost 5 years, serving lunch. Before we opened, we were going to open up on a piece of property in Mont Bellevue. And we were over there, we were getting ready, and it's just, my wife said, she goes, we live in Pasadena, our friends are in Pasadena, we're going to do a restaurant in Pasadena. And so here I am.
Yeah, and Pasadena is very...
That's where we hang our hat. That's exactly right. Louisiana's home, but I hang my hat here.
Yeah, well, Pasadena is very, very important. I mean, you can just see the roots. And talk about the community, too. I mean, see, a lot of people from Deer Park, as you can see way over there, they come over, but also the people in Pasadena. I can imagine, certainly for lunches and now dinners, baseball teams and things coming in. It's about giving back to the community. Tell me some of the things that you appreciate about the community.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we do. We have a lot of great support, a lot of great customers. Our lunch crowd is just awesome. The mayor comes in and eats. Police officers. We've made so many good friends here. This job that I have, it's awesome.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if the mayor eats here, I mean, forget about it. The thing has got to be good. And you know what? I'm about to eat over here, too. So one thing, so do I. I like to keep things light and tight. I don't need the fattening stuff. What's the one thing you'd recommend for a semi-healthy dude like me at this great Cajun cooking place?
Probably I would tell you to maybe do a little boudin burger.
Okay, good. That's low fat?
Well, yeah, it will be.
Well, get back there and start cooking. Congrats on your success. It's Barry Croder. It's Croder's Cajun Cooking. It's in Pasadena, but then again, it's also a few feet also into Deer Park. Make sure you come check it out. This is a wonderful place and a wonderful family who does so much for this great community of Pasadena. Well, that's a wrap, and we do thank you for tuning in. Personally, I'm full and my teeth are clean. You can't beat that. Appreciate everybody tuning in right here. We will see you next time on the Pasadena Business Journal.
The Pasadena Business Journal was brought to you by these generous sponsors: Clear Lake Volkswagen, Texas Citizens Bank, and RE/MAX First Source. Please visit these fine businesses for helping bring you great programming.